Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and I put out a lot of videos. I get a lot of feedback, and it seems like no matter what, you can't seem to find something that works for everybody. It's like people are like, the couch is too big, the couch is too small, there's not enough storage, give me more seating, give me more sleeping. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be great if somebody finally came up with one sofa that could just do everything? In the Super Slides of Wildwoods, you see that they do have the blackout kind of roller shades. What is really nice is they have slide side breeze windows. I just have those covered up so that window all the way down there on the end will open for airflow, regardless of what configuration you have the seating in. So if you're looking at it right now, this is what I call traditional, where you've got yourself a U dinette or a 2-bench dinette, because there are variants of the VersaLounge both ways, depending on the floor plan you're looking at, and then a sofa over here. And that is a very normal configuration. You don't, see a whole lot of variance there. But if you take note, that rear, the seat back closest to us on that U-dinette, it looks a little different. That's because it's removable. So if you don't want it there, it doesn't have to be there. And that's what's really cool about this thing. This is like phase 1 of about 5 of the VersaLounge arrangements. You can just create this wide open kind of super dining lounger hybrid combo job. Now that's a very technical term, I understand if you need to back the footage up a little bit to pick up what I'm putting down right there, but you folks, you're tuned into Haylett RV. I think you're pretty sharp. What's kind of cool about this is it kind of makes it easy to sort of slide over the table, slide over to the seating. There's really no like one way that you have to use this. It's just the way that works best for you and your family. Next, it folds down into one super slide, super seating sleeper setup. I know that's a lot of alliteration for one thing in RV, but you get the idea. Now, what I love about this is found, the VersaLounge setup like this is found in all Super Slide, Wildwood, and X-Lights once again. Now, you tend to find a lot of bunkhouse models in those families, but they make quite a few couples campers too. So that means like a Super Slide rear living couples camper can convert down into being exceptionally guest friendly. And it's long enough that, like, I'm a tall person. If I had my head on the right hand side of the frame and then there was a second copy of me sleeping with my head against that far wall, we might touch toes, but hey, no big deal. And most of the time you curl up and you're a side sleeper, you could make that work for a night, for a weekend. So it's good for more than just kids. It's also like adult guest friendly. Or frankly, some people have really big kids and they need a little bit more than, just a conventional sleeper bunk setup. They need something longer. But one of the best and most unsung qualities of the Wildwood VersaLounge is all of this huge tote storage space that you're looking at. This is, I believe it's 20.1 cubic foot of total tote storage. They're food safe containers, so if you want to put some crackers or Oreos or snacks for the kids in there, it's not going to be contaminated if the RV, gets hot while it's in storage. You could leave stuff in here if need be, especially if they're, like non-perishable kind of things. But even if they're perishable stuff, short-term kind of thing. You see that under the sofa, there's like a drop-down face that, flops down and you can pull those totes out. They're stackable. And frankly, guys, if you don't need them, don't use them. There's nothing that says they have to stay here. They're not bolted to the camper by any stretch of the imagination. And where they're really useful is especially in bunk models, because what you can kind of do is dedicate each tote to one of the people in the RV. Like, say, the kids. And what you can do, my daughter, Chloe, what I could say is, okay, Chloe, I want you to take this tote, go upstairs to your room. There's clothes laying on your bed. I want you to put all those clothes in this and then bring it back to me. And bang, the kid's packed. It's an easy way to help get the kids involved. It's also an easy way to help keep all the kids' toys and clutter and everything, under control. Now, under the rear dinette bench on U-dinette models, because remember, there are some just 2-bench dinettes, so this part of the video may not necessarily apply. Please keep that in mind. But they leave it wide open. And I like that because you could stuff more totes or duffel bags down there if you're so inclined, but I have long legs, and when I sit at something for a while, I tend to lean forward, and I like to curl my legs under me. Now, that's just me, but I looked at that and said, oh my gosh, I could actually be comfortable here, whereas... a lot of dinettes they aren't comfortable for a bigger person like me, and I think I could really get along just fine on this one over here. But I think most of the time, this is how everyone's going to have this set up. At least most folks, not everybody. I tend to speak in absolutes. It's kind of a flaw that I have, because it gives us this extra large, stretch out, kick back, relax, cuddle up with the family, nap and lounge over here, whatever you want to call it. Somebody called it a fainting lounge on our YouTube channel. Is that a thing? Is that like a regional thing? Is that something from down south or out west that just this little Midwestern boy I don't know about? The fainting lounge, where you can just walk up and faint on this thing? I don't know. You get the idea. Anyway, I like the fact that I could just sit in the corner. I could stretch out. And on most models where you find the VersaLounge, like this is a good example, it will actually help you face the entertainment center more organically and give you a more enjoyable experience overall. You know, there's so many good things. Like, I haven't even talked about the accent lighting over the slide that makes the whole RV look bigger. There's so many good parts about this. And what's cool is when it is in L lounge, fainting, napping, family cuddle mode, whatever you want to call it, you don't lose a dinette. And where I think this is perfect is if you do have kids or guests like this, if you're in a bunkhouse, you still have a little spot where you could sit down, make the kiddos a sandwich or, you know, Hot Pocket or whatever. You get the idea. Hot Pocket. And please don't sue me. You could still have a little spot there. They could play some little board games or something, card games in the corner. But you're still kind of right next to everybody. Everybody's still in the mix. And that's what camping's about for me. It's trying to get everybody together so that everyone has a good time. And I think this is a great way to do that. No matter your style of camping, no matter how many people are camping, this offers something for everybody. It's why I call it a Swiss Army sofa seat. Well, a guy can dream, can't he? We'll see you soon. So it's like I said, it's something for everybody.